an empty house kind of tour. I think I've recorded this particular intro maybe 4 times at this point. Child, I had COVID. I want to say I've accumulated an additional maybe $14,000 in debt. So I'm gonna do a quick, this is probably gonna be like a vlog situation, but I'm gonna go ahead and do an empty house kind of tour. Don't mind that stuff in the corner. That is just, you know, some stuff I picked up because I'm gonna start cleaning today. So this first room that we're in here, it's kind of like it's considered like the living room, like a formal living room situation, but I'm probably going to make this into like a gym or maybe like an entertainment room. I'm not sure, but we shall see. And then out this door back here is like my little patio deck area in the back. It's quite dirty. I got to sweep and, you know, all that kind of good stuff. And then there's a wired shed there in the back. And then you just got the backyard here. Some landscaping needs to occur. So walking through here, this is kind of like the main hallway situation. Going through here. And don't mind that little pile of stuff right there. I've been sweeping. Coming into here, this is considered the hearth room or the den. So that's kind of what we have here. Again, ignore the stuff. I am cleaning. So there are definitely some things that I do want to do in here. That brick color, it got to go. I'm probably gonna paint it. Not sure what color, but yeah, that little kind of, you know, beige situation, it got to go. And there's just the laundry room. Coming over through here, this is my little breakfast nook area. And another thing that's gonna have to go is these cabinet colors. I don't know if y'all can see it on camera good, but it's kind of like another one of that, like, I don't know, they're kind of like off manila, yellow, something ugly. But paint, that's gotta be painted. This is gonna be like my little breakfast, you know, coffee station. And circling in here, the house did come with some appliances. I will be upgrading at some point, but I'm just trying to get in, you know, get settled, all of that. So this is, of course, the kitchen area. Again, cabinet color got to go. So I'm very happy with my kitchen. It's quite spacious, and I'm already ready to get up in here cooking. So coming back, circling around through here, that's that stuff y'all seen right there. This is like the dining room area. Not quite sure what I'm gonna do with this room yet. I may just leave it as a dining room. I don't know, but it probably not. So let me take you down this hallway to like the bedrooms and whatnot. So it is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. This is the bathroom. And I definitely want to do something about this green situation here. Not sure what, but you know, we're gonna work with what we got. And here is just a linen closet there. And this is one of the bedrooms. This is likely going to be the, what was I trying to say? Guest bedroom. This is likely going to be the guest bedroom. And I don't know how it appears on camera, but these rooms are quite spacious, which is what I did like about this house. Even though it's kind of small. It's not like, you know, grandiose or anything, but these rooms are, you know, pretty nice sized rooms. So this is going to be the guest bedroom. And then panning into here, let me close this door. This is gonna be my office / studio. So this is going to be, of course, where I work every day, and also where I'll be doing all of my creating and probably some sit down chit chat videos, all that kind of good stuff. I picked this room over that room over there, the other guest room, the one I just showed you, because this one has much more lighting. And then here is the master bedroom. I love the way this is set up. There is, of course, like no walk-in closet situations, nothing like that. Like I said, this is my first home, so you know, not my forever home, but my first home. So this is one of the closets, and then There's another closet here. Looks very similar. This one just has like the little shelves up there. But yeah, this is the master bedroom. And again, just kind of like I said in that other room, it definitely looks bigger than it probably is appearing on camera. But it is a really nice size, you know, room. And then in here is the bathroom, the master bathroom. I'm probably gonna do get like a shower door installed there. Of course, until that happens, I'm just gonna, you know, hang a shower curtain or whatever. But I do want to get a shower door installed and, you know, do some other little upgrading and all that kind of stuff in here. But this is essentially the house. I mean, it's my house and I love it. So yeah, so I wanted to show you all kind of like a oh, this is like a just a little closet, like a coat closet. I just wanted to show you all the house before it gets filled with stuff. And I definitely wanted to let you guys know what I have been up to and why I've been so MIA, but trying to get everything together for this, and then work kind of picked up and got crazy, and some other stuff got crazy. But I definitely wanted to come back with a bang for you all, and I feel like this was it. So I will definitely be checking back in a little bit. Like I said, this may be a part of a vlog. I may take you all on like some shopping and some, you know, some other little stuff so that you all can see. But this is it. Hey everyone, it's Raven. Welcome or welcome back to the Raven's Nest. If you are a new viewer, my name is Raven, and again, welcome to my channel. If you are an OG, a returning viewer, welcome back. This is also a welcome back for me, as I have taken probably the longest YouTube break that I have ever taken since becoming a content creator. I think my last video was maybe early, mid-February, somewhere around there. So we are now in July. So it's been quite a few months since I have been on camera. So I know this video is going to take a lot of edits. I already know it's rough. I think I've recorded this particular intro maybe 4 times at this point, but you know what? It is what it is. It's all good. So what I'll be doing for you all today is setting up my July budget using my own planner that I created, the budget planner. It is available in my Etsy shop, which is linked down below. Some of my returning viewers probably are looking at this iPad like, ma'am, what are you doing? What is this? I was traditionally a paper type gal when it came to my budget planning, but I have since switched to a digital format because it's just much more easier to maneuver it around. I can access it from my phone. You know, it's just much easier. So this is actually, like I said, my budget planner that is available in my Etsy shop. It's available in 2 different formats. There is a physical version where I will put the desired holes or punching whatever for you and then mail it off to you. There's also a digital format that you can print and size and, you know, all that jazz yourself. I just simply downloaded this to my iPad and I'm utilizing the GoodNotes app to kind of work this situation. So I've been doing this maybe for roughly about the past like 2 months or so. I just wanted to do something different, and then like I said, it's just very convenient to have it here and then be able to access it in other places whenever I need it. So it's been good. So we are going to go ahead and get into it, and as some of you saw earlier in this video, I'm hoping I'm able to put it in there and I'm not just talking out the side of my neck. I inserted some clips of a really quick kind of empty house tour. As some of my older viewers may remember, is that I was on a journey last year to save an extra $10,000 to put with my home down payment situation in order to buy a house. Well, I did accomplish that in mid-February. I think I actually closed on, matter of fact, I closed on Valentine's Day, and it's just been a wild ride ever since. And I think that has kind of contributed to my YouTube hiatus as well. Just kind of moving into that new chapter in life, that this transition, and just some other hiccups that happened along the way. Child, I had COVID. It's just been just not a good situation. So I just think all those things kind of coupled together, I had to put some things in perspective and prioritize things in my life about what was important for me. Not that I feel that YouTube and showing up for you all was not important. I just needed to get myself together so that I could show up and be the best me that I can be for you all, because like I said, I do look at you all as my accountability partners in this thing called my financial life and just all those things. So I definitely had to, you know, get myself together, get myself right. So I am back in the saddle. I'm going to ease back in there. I have a nice little schedule that I put together for the month of July. It's a very kind of just, you know, maybe posting about 1 to 2 videos a week. Like I said, just getting back into the saddle, because I think previously I was posting maybe 3 to 4 videos a week. Like I said, trying to ease back in and take it slow. But as you all are going to see while I'm setting up this budget for the month of July, you're going to see a lot of changes in life. And we're not just talking about a mortgage payment. Y'all, I have racked up some debt, some new debt. Yes, I have. I need to do a new debt confession video. It's not much. I'll say this. It's certainly not much. Well, when you don't count the house, because technically the house is debt. Even though it is debt for something that can appreciate in value and, you know, build me some equity, it is after all a mortgage, so it is considered a debt. So aside from that, I have taken on some additional credit card debt that I was not anticipating, but you know, things happen and we make certain decisions, and you know, we got to live with and work through it. But I want to say I've accumulated an additional maybe $14,000 in debt. That's new debt. So, but we're going to get into all that a little later. So let's go ahead and move into the budget. So I went ahead and taken the liberty of going ahead and setting up this monthly view, and I'll just kind of take you all through what I did to actually set this up. So as you can see, this is the budget planner. It is undated. I've thought about making a dated version just for those folks who are much more organized and actually start things at the beginning of the year. But I wanted to make this undated so that you can kind of pick it up and use it wherever, you know, you are. So this is essentially how the planner starts off. You get your monthly overview page here. You have this is your calendar view here. This is your monthly overview that kind of includes, you know, where you list out all of your income, you tally up all of your monthly outgoing, and then you have your budgeted and actuals down here where you're putting your income, what all is going out, and what you'll have remaining after all of your monthly outgoing. I also include a section here for a to-do list and considerations, and then you get into like your monthly bill and debt tracker where you list out all of your bills, all of your debt, kind of all your expenses here, the type that it is, whether it's a bill, a debt, or an expense, the name, the amount, the due date, and then you can check off here whether it was paid or not. 2 pages of that. Then we get into the weekly budget, because as some of you may remember, at the end of last year, maybe going into the beginning of this year, I started kind of a new budgeting system where I'm essentially budgeting week to week versus every paycheck, because I kind of wanted to kind of dig more into the nitty gritty and be more intentional regarding my money and my budget and where it was going. And I felt like doing a weekly budget just make more sense. And essentially I budget from Friday to Friday. It makes sense for me to do it that way because I'm paid on Fridays, so I don't really do like the budget on Sunday or Monday or some, you know, I just budget, you know, like I said, Friday to Friday. And there's several pages of these weekly budgets. I want to say there's a total of 5 weekly budget pages, because that's enough for 5 weeks. The weekly budget is consistent of 2 pages, so there's 5 weekly budgets, like I said, for 5 weeks. And then there is a sinking fund tracker for you to track whatever sinking funds that you are doing, and I believe that there are 8, enough for 8. Yeah, there's 4 on each page, and there's 2 pages, so there's enough for 8 sinking funds. And then there is a debt tracker, which looks very similar to the sinking fund tracker, and again there are 4 to each page, and then there are 2 pages, and then it just starts back over to your calendar view. And there are 12 months worth of pages in here, so you can do like your full year, whether, again, no matter where you're starting. That's why I made it undated, because you can start it whatever month that you're in. So let's go ahead and get back to our current month, and I'm sorry if I'm making people sick. But all right, so going back to my calendar view, kind of what I did here. First, I wanted to kind of let you all know about these highlighted portions where I've kind of marked off certain parts of the pages. So I get paid bi-weekly. So in July, I'm paid on the 8th and the 22nd. So what I went in and did was, because I like to see where things fall within a pay period, and I think that's really important, especially for people that are paid bi-weekly. Maybe not so much for people that are paid monthly, but definitely for people that are paid weekly and bi-weekly, or bi-monthly, which is almost the same as bi-weekly. It's just with bi-monthly you get paid usually on the 15th and the last day of the month. But I think looking to see where your money is going for that particular pay period is important, so that you know what to account for during that pay period. So what I mean by that is, I'm paid on the 8th, and then I'm paid again on the 22nd. So that means when I'm paid on the 8th, that paycheck will have to account for everything from the 8th all the way to the 21st, because the 21st is the day before I get paid again. So like I said, I like to kind of mark off that period of time so that I can see everything that falls within that time period. And then I did the same thing down here for the paycheck on the 22nd. I marked this one off in blue, so that means everything from the 22nd all the way to the 4th of August has to be covered by this 22nd paycheck. And the reason why I went ahead and added the 1st to the 4th is because although I call this a monthly budget, but it sometimes dips into other months, and that is because, again, I'm paid bi-weekly. So the money that I make within the month of July, sometimes it has to pay for, well, not July, but really any month. The money that I'm paid in the current month sometimes has to cover things like maybe the first couple of days of the following month. So I just count that in this particular budget, which is why I filled in the 1st to the 4th. As you can see, I didn't fill in the 5th and the 6th of August because that's going to be covered. Those days are covered by the paycheck that I get in August. Hope that makes sense. Hope that it's clear as mud. But so I've went in and I've put on here all of my days and everything that's due on what day. Now these things here from the 1st through the 7th, I went ahead and added them on there just so that I can keep track of them, but they necessarily don't count for this July budget, because things from the 1st through the 7th were covered by my last paycheck in June, or are going to be covered by my last paycheck in June, because with today being Sunday, you know, we haven't gotten to these days yet, but essentially these are going to be paid for with money from June. So like I said, we have here everything that comes out on the certain days. I have my paydays notated here, and I do have these two things here highlighted. These are not necessarily things that I pay for, but because I am the CFO of my current relationship, I have to keep track of when stuff is due. I mean, not to say that, you know, he couldn't do it. It's just, it's my thing. It's really more so it's my thing. I like keeping up with finances. I like doing that kind of stuff because I find it fun. So it's just easier for me to do it because I actually like to do it. So I just have those kind of highlighted there just to know that these are things that are due, but not necessarily, I don't have to account for them in my budget, if that makes sense. Alrighty, so moving on to the monthly overview, and I'm actually going to pinch so that I can zoom in so that you all can see. This will not be a tutorial on GoodNotes because I'm just now really learning how to use it myself. I was using a different app prior to this one, and it wasn't GoodNotes, it was another one. Maybe Notability or something like that. That's the one I was using previously, but it didn't have all of the functionality and things that I wanted to do. So I kind of just, you know, moved over to another app, which this was this one. So going on to income. Now this is where things start to change a bit. So, and you're gonna see some of these changes. So for income, I have my full-time job. That's for income number 1. Income number 2 is going to be online income. And number 3 is going to be side gigs. So as you can see,
part-time job is not on here. And for my returning viewers, you know, that was kind of a staple in my budget, my part-time job. I just had to let that go. That was probably one of the major changes that I made while I've been kind of on my YouTube hiatus. I decided to completely let my part-time job go. It's just the benefits I was getting from it, which was, of course, the extra money. It just wasn't worth the stress that it was bringing. It just wasn't worth it. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna let it go, and I'm just gonna pour more focus into building my own brand, which was what I was doing. And then I ended up getting COVID. So I had to take another break, because I essentially was planning for my YouTube return in like May. I'm gonna say mid-end April, beginning of May was when I was planning for my return. But like I said, then I ended up getting COVID. And I was sick for probably like 2.5, 3 weeks. I was pretty sick. And then even after I recovered from COVID, I then had to go through a period of recovering from being sick. So I mean, that's just kind of what happened. Stuff was a disarray, just in a mess, and I just had to get stuff to, because I was basically not doing anything. So as I mentioned, I was sick. I was gonna make my YouTube return April, May-ish. Ended up getting COVID, whole story. But anyway, to bring it back around to income, again, let my part-time job go. It's gone. It's out of here. I had to reprioritize my mental health and, you know, things that made me happy, be more intentional about self-care. And the second job just wasn't, it just was not a thing. So I had to completely let that go. So getting into our income. So full-time job, we are paid bi-weekly. So the month of July, we'll be getting 2 checks. And those checks will come through at a total of $4,443.60. Online income, I used to budget around $300 a month for online income, but things have been, you know, looking better in that regard. So I think I want to start upping the amount that I budget for. So instead of budgeting for $300, we're going to budget for $400 for online income. Side gigs, you may think that I replaced side gigs. Well, I replaced part-time job with side gigs, but the side gig thing is something that I actually like to do. So it's not as mentally taxing on me that my part-time job was. And I'll go into more details in a later video about exactly what side gigs entail, but we're going to budget about $200 for side gigs. So it's full. So let's go ahead and calculate up our totals for income. So we're going to have 4443.60 for full-time job, plus 400 for online income, plus 200 for side gigs. So that's going to bring us at $5,043.60. I don't really see that changing too much, my budgeted amounts, only because I'm just getting back into the swing of things in regards to the brand and all of that. So online income could, you know, increase a little bit at some point, and I should start to see some increases as I, you know, regain my consistency and all that with YouTube and my social media presence and all of that. I should see an uptick in online income. Side gigs, I anticipate that kind of staying around the 200 mark per month, only because I'm not going to take on more things than I know I can really handle right now. So there's that. So switching over to our bill tracker here, we're just going to kind of go through this. I already filled this out, and you know what, well, I already have it highlighted there. Do I want to highlight it all the way across? No, we're just gonna leave it like that. But so we're gonna go in and we're gonna tally up everything here except for the things that are highlighted in pink. But like I said, I just like to track those things because I need to track them, but we're not gonna calculate those into the budget. So we're gonna go ahead and start with MLG&W, and you may see here we're starting with bills on the 17th. That is only because that is the first kind of payment that's due for me for this budget. Because let me flip back here. As I told you, The things from the 1st through the 7th were covered by my paycheck in June. So that means when we come down to my paycheck, my first one for July, which is on the 8th, I don't have anything due that I'm paying until the 17th. So that's why we start here on the 17th. So let's go ahead and calculate this up. MLG&W, I'm gonna pause for a minute and just throw something up to the heavens, because I know I'm budgeting only $224 for MLG&W. However, it's been quite hot here in Memphis. We are now going through the 7 circles of hell here in regards to temperature. So air is on, air is running. So and then we're watering the grass, you know, it's just a whole thing. So I'm budgeting $224, but anticipating that it's probably going to be more than that. Why not just go ahead and budget more? But I don't really know how much more, because this is really kind of going to be the first bill since we've been running the air more, watering more. So I don't really know kind of what to budget, but the budgeting for MLG&W likely will be different when I do August's budget versus this one. So bills, MLG&W is going to be $224. Home warranty, that is a bill, that's going to be $49.21. Paramount is a bill, that's $10.94. ADT is a bill, that's $64.58. Amazon Music is a bill at $1.08. And then we have Xfinity at $70.37. So that gives me a total on bills at $420.18. So $420.18. Cash envelopes, that's already predetermined. Those are $810 a month for cash envelopes. All right, good old debts, let's add those up. Wells Fargo at $75. Wells Fargo is a credit card that I got probably 2 seconds after signing the papers to close on the house. And that is part of the $14,000 that I said I've racked up. It's probably maybe about half of that. So that is the payment for that one, $75. Citibank, that is still the same. I haven't put anything additional on Citibank, I just haven't paid it off. So that's $37 a month. Apple Card, I have had an Apple Card probably since 2020, and I just did not use it up until we started, you know, furnishing, all that kind of stuff. So that's $115 for the Apple Card. The mortgage, which is considered a debt, is $1469. Amazon credit card, that one is $40. And then my car note at $284. So that gives us a total for debt at $2,020. So debt's gonna be $2,020. And then we get down to savings. Savings, we're going to put $100. This is not everything I'm saving, because I'm still doing my savings challenges, but this is kind of like my dedicated savings, like what automatically is saved each month. Another thing you do not see here is Netflix, Hulu. And essentially I did the same thing with Netflix and Hulu as I did with the phone bill. I paid it up for pretty much the year. How I did that, I paid I think it was a little over $100. It may have been like $120 for like Netflix, and then maybe like $130, $140 something for Hulu, because I have my Disney Plus wrapped into it for the discount. I bought gift cards basically for Netflix and for Hulu, and I loaded them to my Netflix and Hulu account. So instead of my card being charged, just the gift cards being charged over and over each month. And I'm essentially probably going to continue doing that, because it honestly, it doesn't really come out cheaper per se, but it's just that kind of not having to do the recurring payment every month. And I did that with extra money that I had when I got my bonus from my job in March, and then I think I also got my tax refund in March, which the refund was not substantial, but so I kind of did those few things to kind of, like, you know, get ahead in a sense on some things, and adding those things back into my budget would not be a problem. It's just, I mean, if I'm able to go ahead and pay it up for the year why not? All right, so this is how we are looking for the month. I think we're all good and ready to go. I don't have much going on as far as to-dos and considerations, because typically when we get to the middle of the year, I've kind of made it past the more troubling parts of the year, which is first quarter, when I'm trying to do everything tax related, quarter two, where I'm probably recovering from all things tax related. So kind of gotten those things past me, so I don't really have many to-dos or considerations for the month, but I'm sure something will come up. But as I sit and think right now, nothing that I can think of. So, and then, you know, we have our debt tracker here. I will be setting up my weekly budget on Friday. Like I said, I do Friday to Friday weekly budgeting because it just makes sense for me, because those are the days that I'm paid. So look for those videos to come. I'm really trying to brainstorm on more content that I want to bring to you all. I have gotten some suggestions from, I want to say, like 2 or 3 people, and 2 or 3 people may not seem like a lot, but it's definitely a lot for this one topic. I did get ideas from, like I said, 2 to 3 people about doing mock budgets on my channel. The way I'm thinking that they were talking about the same exact thing, but they worded it very differently. I guess basically where people send me in their information as far as like their bills, their income, everything they're paying, their debt, all of that, and then I put together a budget for them on camera. No, sounds interesting. Tell me guys what you think in the comments, if that's something you would like to see, or if you would like to, you know, have your finances put together in a budget anonymously on camera. Just let me know. I can maybe build some other things around that to make it a little bit more interactive, but we shall see. Definitely gonna have a new debt confession video coming up, because like I said, I have accumulated more debts. It's moving into the house, so I definitely want to bring you guys up to speed on that, as well as my plan for getting rid of it. So that's just kind of my plan. I'm gonna be slowly getting back into the saddle of YouTube and recording and all of that, so definitely more to come. I'm excited to be back. I hope you all are excited to have me back. So thank you for watching. If you're not already a subscriber, definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as well as the notification bell, so that you don't miss any more of my videos. Thanks guys. Peace.